What is up, guys? Welcome back to Neutral Jing episode 4. I am back with Corey. Say hello.
How's it going?
I swear to God, I have that down to because I've done that so many times now. Anyways, we're back, and this time around, PAX East happened, but there weren't honestly that big of gaming news. But there's a few interesting things that I know Corey kind of want to talk a little bit about.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was seeing games that were already announced, just seeing new features, new levels, new stuff, like Evolve from the people who made Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. It's their next co-op / competitive game. They just showed off some new tweaks to the gameplay, tweaks to how people control the monster. Like, one guy plays as a monster or lady, and 4 other people work against it. So they announced more how the monster will control based off of player feedback. So it's cool to see that game coming along. I think September is sort of the rumored time, which would make sense since near Halloween. Their games usually, I feel like, came out then because Left 4 Dead was horror themed. But the other game is Transistor. It's the same people who made Bastion. Looks like it's in the same vein, except it sort of borrows from turn-based games, which I didn't realize. I hadn't really watched much for it before, but it's sort of like a hack and slash like Bastion, except you can kind of pause and set up commands for your guy, and or I guess you're playing as a lady, but you can set up different attacks and watch them play out. Did you watch anything for it?
No, I've only saw when it was first announced in E3.
Okay, yeah, I think it looks like a lot of fun, but I like that type of game. And this one has an announcer. I think the sword you carry is actually the thing that talks to you during the game, so that'll be interesting. That's
actually a video game I recently played.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we'll get to it later on.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, for me, like you're saying, it's mostly just not even really there's announcements of, I think, a lot of indie games or smaller games, but I mean, even Transistor and not Evolve, but Transistor and Below, where aren't those on pretty small teams still?
Oh yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. There's a lot of independent games that looked it looks interesting, but not necessarily even worth talking about at this point because they're so early on that it's just let me know, when you're within a year of coming out. Who knows when those games will actually come out?
Especially with me, who does not really follow games until they're actually out.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's a game I really like.
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate games more than you do, but even then, like Evolve, I'm at the point where I know that whatever game they come out with, I'm just gonna get. So for me, it's more just I know I'm gonna get it, so just let me know when it's out.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get it, so just let me know when I can buy it on Steam, and see you then.
Yeah. I think the other big news, I mean, it doesn't really matter to us since we're on the West Coast, but I believe they announced PAX South for the South. Did you hear about that? Apparently they're they're doing another PAX in, I think in San Antonio, Texas. I'm calling it PAX South. So
cool. Well,
PAX guys
awesome
definitely,
for those people.
Yeah, definitely growing out. They're in weird places. Well, I mean, Boston's not that weird, but San Antonio and Seattle, right? That's PAX Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird, but yeah, I think that's everything from PAX East. There's not much that came out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, E3 is coming up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Any quote unquote earth shattering reveals are not going to come out at PAX. That's just not how it works. Yeah. Even if you were an indie game coming out with a big reveal, you would wait till E3. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to come out with something really different, if you're coming out with the next Minecraft or something weird, you would save it for E3.
Yep. Yeah. So should we head on to the news, the headlines?
Sure. Why not? So Grand Theft Auto is going to be adding more single-player DLC this spring, but is it kind of too late? Do you feel like the online stuff is sort of overshadowed and kind of distracted from the single player? It's usually you beat the single player, you move on to the multiplayer, and then you kind of stay there. So do you think it's a little too late going back to the single player?
Well, actually, so one of the biggest things they're adding as well is the online heist, which honestly to me was the biggest draw of online. You know, a lot of people just like the sandbox online version, but the heist was kind of the big part of GTA 5. Like that was the whole, even in the single player, that was the big thing. And so now they're adding that on. And then as for the DLC, single player DLC, I mean, I never played online, to be honest. I tried it once. I did the little intro thing, and then the person I was like doing it with killed me right off the bat, and I was just like, yeah, I don't really care for this, because this was on the PS3 because I had already gotten rid of my Xbox Live because it was costing me money and I was not playing it.
Yeah.
But so I just got it for PS3 because I mean I know some people, but I didn't end up playing with them. You know, I just whatever. I have my sandbox fun with Saints Row already, so I don't really need for GTA 5. As for like, is it too late? I don't know. There's a lot of people. I think most people do like the online more than the single player. But honestly, I wouldn't mind trying out the DLC, depending on the price, though. I'm not going to go back for like a $10, $15 2-hour experience. But you know, if it ever, I guess DLC never goes on sale, does it? I mean, sometimes I guess it'll come in a pack, but
I know I've definitely seen it on sale on Xbox Live. At least I remember seeing some of the what's that game? Red Dead Redemption. I remember seeing DLC on sale. I don't think they weren't like Steam level sales. You know, they weren't like 80% off.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing like maybe 30 to 50% off.
So for me, I mean, it's kind of late, but people love online, and I don't know how the DLC is going to do. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Anyways, next up, Microsoft is slowly releasing more names and projects for their Xbox Xbox Entertainment Studios initiative, including a Halo digital feature by Ridley Scott and some shows from Seth Green, Michael Cera, and Sarah Silverman. Do you actually care about any of these projects, and what are your thoughts on this whole TV and entertainment movement for Microsoft's gaming side, basically?
I think it's interesting. I think I'm more interested in Ridley Scott Halo than I am in Seth Green or Sarah Silverman or Michael Cera, honestly. But it's interesting whether this stuff will be Xbox One exclusive, Xbox, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, or if like you can also buy it on Amazon Prime or Amazon streaming. It'll be interesting how they distribute the content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it'll depend on what they want, because they probably are doing this mainly because Xbox One is supposed to be the all-in-one box system that you don't need anything else for, and you can't just bring something that people already offer. So they're making new things and then say, oh look, now we also have Netflix as well, plus our things that you want to watch. But yeah,
the only bummer about a lot of these what am I trying to say, platforms developing content like Netflix and Amazon and Xbox, Microsoft, is they tend to lock it to their platforms. So it's just sort of, you didn't really see that when third parties developed content. You know, they would want it to be pretty much everywhere. You don't see, I guess you do have this to some extent, like Disney will lock a deal with Netflix versus Amazon, but it's just irritating as a consumer. It's like, oh, I have to have that thing to watch that show and then this thing to watch that show. So I'm just worried that I don't want to have to buy an Xbox One to watch this. If I can watch on my 360, that's fine, because, I mean, really, you can watch HD video on a 360 just fine.
I mean, to be fair, it's also annoying for them that people can just, they're not buying the new thing because they can just sit on the old thing.
Right, but I mean, it's different with games, I feel like, because there's legitimate enhancements on the Xbox One for games, whereas video is video. You know what I mean? You can stream it off of a Roku box that has a 1,000 gigahertz processor, 1 gigahertz processor.
I mean, these are just the announcements of these, so I believe that if it comes out pretty soon, I could definitely see it being for, at the very least, I feel like it'll probably be an Xbox One exclusive to start out.
Timed exclusive.
Yeah, kind of thing, because it's like, at the very least, they'll just try to get the people that are, oh my god, I must see things from Seth Green, or from, I want to see this next Halo digital feature, and they'll buy it. But then 6 months later or whatever, they'll say, okay, it's here for a 360. Don't forget, we didn't forget about you guys. Don't worry. just you have to wait a little bit because, we do have a new thing out there, and these are the customers that are paying us more money right now. So
yeah, that would totally be fine. I'm just curious do you know if Ridley Scott is directing or just producing or?
I don't remember.
His Shaq News is down right now, so we can't read this article.
Yeah, I get all my links from Shaq News because what I do is they just have a bunch of lists of news stories and I just go through them.
And then the site goes down right as we're trying to do the podcast. So I'm clicking all of his links and all right, that's down. All right, that's down. Because if he's directing, then I'm very interested because I'm a Ridley Scott fan. I like a lot of his stuff. So if it's him doing it, then I'm very interested. But just some weird comedy show. I don't know. They're not my favorite comedians, so I don't know.
I do like Seth Green.
Yeah?
I think he's pretty funny.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think it's because mostly he's in Mass Effect.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I've liked Robot Chicken and stuff he's been in, but I don't know. I don't follow TV that much anyway, so.
So a 5-year-old hacked Microsoft. So in reality, this 5-year-old, I'm just reading Ryan's headlines that he writes. He writes this stuff.
It's no work for you. Don't complain.
Oh my gosh. So this 5-year-old finds this security vulnerability in, I believe, entering the password for Xbox Live accounts. Correct?
The story was that he entered if you're trying to recover a password or something like that, if you enter space twice or something like that or a couple times, it bypasses it, kind of like if it was a further test kind of kit kind of thing where it's I don't know what exactly it was, but it was a kid was trying to get on his father's account and he didn't know the password, so he did the thing where he type it in, it's wrong, he says, oh, do you want to try to recover it or something like that, and he just somehow he figured out to do a couple spaces and it worked.
So random.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a cute story, basically, where Microsoft ended up rewarding the kid with I don't know I forgot what he gave him, a bunch of games, a year of Xbox Live, and $50 or something like that.
Nice.
And it's a cool thing that Microsoft did, and it's nice that Microsoft figured it out before anything super bad happened to them.
Yeah, they're finally kind of coming around on figuring out how to deal with community stuff. Unlike how they handled the Xbox One reveal. They're going out of their way to kind of mend the wounds of the past a little bit, which is good.
Anyways, Visceral Games gets ex-Uncharted creative director Amy Hennig, one of the first stories I think we covered ever, for the lead for the next Star Wars Battlefront game. I don't know. How do you feel about this story? I guess I don't really have...
So it definitely makes me more interested in a new Battlefront game because a lot of people love those games, but they're pretty mediocre, honestly. I played Battlefront 2, I believe, and it's a really mediocre third-person shooter / action game or whatever you want to call it. And it just didn't work well. The controls were really clunky. But I mean, she's the lead on Uncharted games, which are kind of known for very tight controls, very nice looking games with good stories. So I mean, I'm not sure exactly how that'll integrate into a Battlefront game, but who knows? Maybe the focus will be on the story. But at least maybe she can help them on getting the controls down and things like that. I don't know.
I don't know what a creative director does.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is what did she really do, and what effect will she have? I have no idea.
Did you ever play the Dead Space games?
The what?
Dead Space.
Yeah.
Have you played those games?
Mm-hmm.
Visceral. That's the Visceral games that are making the new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
They have very tight controls too.
Yeah.
So. I didn't really like those games overall, for whatever reason, which is weird because I like horror in general, and I liked the moodiness of it, but I don't know, I just didn't dig it that much.
I have literally nothing to say about this.
Okay.
I don't care about Star Wars, or I didn't care about Dead Space either.
You're a bad person. I'm just kidding. So Microsoft,
whatever.
Microsoft lays off unreleased number of employees to quote unquote refocus. So it seems like there's a lot of stories out there like this in a lot of game companies of refocusing, restructuring. You know, they're all nice terms for we're firing a bunch of people because we're trying to save money, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's if your department isn't making them money, it'd be really dumb for them to keep paying you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of the first things I think. Was it Phil Spencer? That's the new lead of Xbox.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of one of his first things he did, and you know, it sucks for the people that got laid off, but maybe that's a smarter direction. I mean, we'll find out, I guess, what it means later on.
Exactly.
But yeah. Persona 4 is now available to download for PS3.
Yes.
This is your title. So you're downloading it on the PS3 right now. We talked about this before the podcast.
I paused it while we're recording just in case that screws with.
So you're excited about this?
My audio. Very. So we both, at least I think you were too, kind of got into this from Giant Bomb doing.
Most people did, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Endurance
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's true. Those probably the most popular series. It's them playing the games, and they're just the Giant Bomb guys are funny, and Persona 4 is funny. Like it's a good game. I like it. So I didn't have a PS2 at the time, so I did emulating, but I would like to start it over with a real game because I don't know where that emulator went, and I don't like to pirate stuff. So now that they actually have it available for me to play, and actually I have a PS2 now, so I never got around to buying it for PS2. I think it's actually cheaper for me to get it on PSN for $10 than like try to find it
probably
on disc for PS2 at this point. So yeah, I figure that's just easier and also a better controller. So
it's $10.
Yeah, it's only $10. I was surprised. Like I was really surprised. I was expecting 20.
Well, okay, so I'm probably not going to download it yet because I still need to finish Persona 3, which I'm really far away from finishing that game because those games are super long. Like.
Yeah.
Dumbly retarded long.
Dumbly retarded.
I don't know. I couldn't think of words. But I would like to revisit Persona 4, I'm sure, sooner or later, but that might be 10 years from now. Because
the PlayStation Network will be shut down by then for PS3 at least.
Or I'll have to get Well, the thing is, when Persona 5 comes out, I'll probably play that instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually coming out for the PS3. Did you know that?
Yes, it's so weird.
That's so cool.
It's so weird.
That's awesome, dude.
No, like I would rather. I mean,
I'm not gonna buy a PS4 for Persona 5. You crazy? I'm so happy.
No, but it's not gonna be out for like another year. And like in another year, I'll probably buy a PS4. I don't know.
I won't. Well, I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
It depends on whether games are out, but yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really had. There was another news story that I didn't include, but I guess I might as well say it real quick. Apparently, there was a Persona 3 movie, and it's actually coming to the U.S.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
So I might have to finish it before I watch it. I probably won't watch it, but maybe. I've been watching a lot of anime, so.
See, I'll watch it, and you finish the game, and then we'll be even.
Oh God!
Even though it only take me, an hour and a half.
2 hours.
20
Persona
hours.
3. Yeah, that's nothing.
Not really fair. So.
Oh, this is a repeat. Good job. I guess it's my turn then. Epic's Fortnite is finally revealed some gameplay footage. I don't think this was during PAX East, but do you remember Fortnite?
Yeah.
Are you still interested in it?
Sure. I didn't watch the footage because it was probably on Shack News. Yep, it was on Shack News. Yep. I didn't watch the footage, but
I didn't either.
Just the idea of it is compelling to me, so I'm still interested. It seems like one of those games that it was almost vaporware for a while. It was sort of like there's always those around a new console generation, these games that kind of get announced and then they kind of morph into something else and then they quietly fade away. That's what a lot of people are kind of saying about Fortnite, so I'm excited that it seems like it's actually going to come out.
Did you listen to the Giant Bomb podcast?
Today's?
No, just like I think it might have been like a couple podcasts ago.
The one about people writing in saying it was canceled.
Yeah, someone was saying like it's fake
and saying it's not canceled. Screw that other guy.
Actually, yeah, the funny thing was he was saying like, just wait, there's gonna be things coming out for it soon, and it did come out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So wasn't Fortnite supposed to be like Minecraft, but like it had another more emphasis on, I think, defending at night kind of thing?
Yeah.
I can't remember what
I think it's sort of a not tower defense. I don't know the word genre I'm trying to think of, but it's sort of a shooter mixed with Minecraft, like crafting stuff. But then I don't know. It's been so long since I've actually heard about that game that it's kind of fuzzy now.
Yeah. So like when I was writing this headline in question, I thought it was kind of funny because Fortnite, to my memory, was kind of the first quote unquote Minecraft clone. Right? Like, I feel like that was one of the first things I was just like, here's people are like, oh, that's just a Minecraft clone, whatever. You're trying to just get off the high ends of the catch the wind of Minecraft and stuff like that. But it's been out for so long now that there's been like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games of that could be considered quote unquote Minecraft clones. Yeah. Starting with like Terraria to all the ones that are in beta.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and this game looks so different than Minecraft. It just has core gameplay similarities, but I mean, everything else surrounding it's pretty different.
And Epic's not working on much right now, I don't believe. Like, they don't do Gears anymore.
Well, that's true. I was going to say they were secretly working the next Gears game, but they're not.
No, that's Fly By Night or something with a K.
Yeah, that is true. Well, maybe they're all going all in on this.
Well, here's hoping, I guess. I'm sure we'll check it out whenever it comes out.
All right, so Saints Row, Johnny Gat joins the dive kick crew.
Saints.
I couldn't read that sentence.
Saints Rose.
Yeah, it's because there's not enough apostrophe S's in there. So what do you think about that character being dive kick?
So I actually kind of feel like the character fits in pretty well in that comedy, but he has nothing to do with dive kicks. Like, he doesn't really even kick. He shoots and uses swords and stuff.
I mean, if you think about it, some of the characters in dive kick don't really dive kick either. Like the lightning guy with like the whip.
Yeah. I
mean, they have stuff that kind of breaks the rules already, right?
I mean, it's interesting because I followed dive kick. I'm not on purpose even. I just followed it because it started as a fighting game community game that was created for the fighting game community. Mm-hmm. And at this time I was following them. And so I understand what Redacted is. I understand what, I think there's like a stream monster character or something like that. I understand what a lot of those mean. I understand why the Baz does a lightning. It's not really a dive kick, but it's a character from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. His name is Zero. From Mega Man, he has like a lightning thing, and that's where that comes from, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of weird to see a bigger name character like Johnny Gat onto a game that was kind of very, inside jokey. You know what I mean? I mean, Saints Row is kind of inside joke itself. I was about to say, Saints
Row is as inside jokey as it gets.
But I mean, combining two inside jokes is a little weird.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I don't know. They're weird enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Iron Galaxy is crazy. What's hilarious is a quick side. My brothers and I were playing this old Dungeons and Dragons arcade game that was ported to the Wii U. As we booted up, Iron Galaxy's logo is guys who made Dive Kick. It was like, what? Why did they port this old Dungeons and Dragons arcade game? It's random.
It sounds like they do a lot more than I thought they did.
Yeah, I think they do a lot of porting, actually.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. They do a good job. Like, they give you a lot of options, whether like you have the original experience, make it widescreen, have filters on it. Like, they give you all the stuff you want.
Yeah. Have you played Dive Kick recently? I know you're the one that played it. I haven't played it.
Not since the update.
Okay.
What is the stupid name for the update?
Oh, well, isn't that not out yet? It's like the edition.
Maybe it's not. Yeah, edition. It's so stupid.
Well,
yeah, maybe it's not out yet. I was thinking of FTL just released a big patch. I think that's what I was thinking of.
Edition is a parody on all of Saints Row, Street Fighter's like
crazy
editions,
Alpha 1, whatever weird stuff.
Or like even Street Fighter. So it went from Street Fighter to Super Street Fighter to Super Street Fighter Arcade Edition, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Super Street Fighter what's the recent? I think they're on a current one that's different. I don't know. They had another patch before this, and then the last one is gonna be Ultra Street Fighter 4. What? And it's just like, what?
Yeah, it's
so that's where that comes from. Firaxis Games has announced Civilization Beyond Earth, a spiritual successor to Alpha Centauri, for release later this year. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
That was very creepy.
My body is ready. Yeah. I mean, I like Civ 5 a lot. I was never really into Civ before Civ 5, so I didn't play the original the masterpiece that 4 was. Like, some people are still just like 4 is the only Civ game.
That's PC game.
Exactly.
Gamers in
It's like,
general.
whatever. Like, it was the first one where I felt like it was fun to play and not just like tedious and annoying. So I really like Civ 5. I've sunk a decent amount of time into it. So I'm definitely excited to see it take a new, going sci-fi is always cool. I like it when games in older time periods do that, as long as it's done right, not just like really stupid. But they've had a really good track record. I've liked all the stuff they've done. Like they did XCOM too, right? Am I remembering that right?
I don't know.
I believe so.
You can look it up. I'll talk a little bit. I had never played Civs beforehand. I played games kind of similar to it.
Firaxis, sorry.
Okay. But I think, I don't know how you got me to buy Civ 5. I don't know if you bought it for me.
I don't know either.
But I did end up playing it. I did like it. We never finished anything in that, though.
I know. Well, it's such a time commitment.
Yeah.
And
we only played it like once.
All you need is one person who takes way too long. And it actually wasn't me this time. It was someone else we were playing with that just took way too long every single turn. So it's like if someone spends like 15 minutes every turn, then, you can only do like 2 things in a turn. And it's not like you're competing against rocket scientists where you have to think that hard. Like none of us are really thinking that far ahead.
I just remember when we were playing that, like, I was like the only one that was getting attacked. And you guys were like safe.
Well,
in,
I think
like,
we
your
couldn't
island.
even find you. You were like alone on an island just getting
And I was
attacked.
a new player too. Like the other two had been playing, and I was just like still new.
When we do our co-op games sometime, we should try that again. I think Josiah has it. That'd actually be kind of fun to do, like the 3 of us against three other team-based AI characters.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do, but we stopped for whatever reason.
You, Josiah, and I?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
This was like one of the first times I was streaming.
Oh, really? I remember playing it with like Jillian and Eric and people. I don't remember 3 of us playing it.
Yep.
Anywho, that game looks cool. I think it looks cool, so I'm excited for it.
It's not on my front list. Sorry.
What'd you say?
It's not on my front list. We'll see when it comes out. I'm sure I'll probably be pressured to buy it.
Exactly. They'll press you to buy it. Don't worry.
Awesome.
So I added a silly story of the week. Sony's president stated that he's been banned from the Miiverse twice for doing things like saying "I love PS," which stands for PlayStation, and what was the other thing he did? He added his Twitter account to his profile, which is against the terms of service for the Miiverse or whatever. But it's just funny. Like I think Sony's trying to put a more personal face to their company, to the PlayStation brand specifically. And he even says that promoting Phil Spencer to the head of Xbox is, he said, quote, "He's the most human guy there." So I think he himself is trying to come off as more human, because Sony, like a lot of Asian companies from an American perspective, come off as sort of cold from our perspective. So I think they're trying to soften that image and kind of say, hey, we're people too.
Yeah, we're used to like people like Steve Jobs and even Bill Gates to an extent is. I mean, he's not part of Microsoft now, but
Yeah.
they're not, friendly. But Steve Jobs was pretty big there. But yeah, we're used to CEOs being able to, we're buddy, even though we're billionaires.
Exactly. Yeah, I just
have
thought that was a neat story.
Did you ever? I think it's him. He has like a parody account
Who does?
on Twitter. I think Yoshida. I don't remember who it is exactly. It's someone high up in Sony. See
He
if I can
himself
find-
has a parody account, or someone does a parody?
Someone
of
does
him?
a parody count of him,
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
and it's pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
He. At first, I was kind of worried about falling because I hate when a team kind of sides or like someone sides on it, but he does a good job of like making jokes that aren't like he'll make a joke like I don't know a specific example. I'm not even gonna continue on this. It's pretty funny sometimes. I follow him on Twitter.
Okay. I may accidentally be following him thinking it was the real one, because I'm definitely following something like that. But maybe
'Cause
I don't know.
It seems like Yoshida has said some funny things, and the Twitter was pretty similar to it.
There's a picture of him like playing the drums.
No, well, I don't remember. I haven't. He doesn't post as much as I thought he would.
Okay.
But whatever. I think that's it for headlines. Do you have anything else you want to add on before we move on?
I think that's it.
Okay, so let's move on to the news that we cared about, which I still wanted another name for, but I haven't thought of one yet. This time around, we just kind of have two games that were announced. I think two games that we both like very much and are excited for the future of them. And the first one is Super Smash Brothers. Did you actually watch the Nintendo Direct on it?
I watched quite a bit of it. I probably watched maybe a little over half of it.
Okay, I didn't watch any of it.
Okay. My brother Nathan's super excited for it. So he's like, watch it. I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it.
Oh my god, and all my links are from Shaq News. God damn it.
Exactly. Good job. Okay. Good
Well,
job, Shaq News. Fix your website.
All right, I guess let's just. I got at least the titles. Charizard and Greninja joins the Smash crew. How do you think about those characters?
Well, Charizard was in one of the Smash Bros, wasn't he?
In Brawl, he was a part of a trio for Pokemon Trainer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I've thought, and see, we've been playing the mod. What was it called?
Project M.
Project M, and it is a separate character on there. So, like in my mind, he's already a separate character. So I was like, "What? What do you mean? This isn't news." Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not a Pokemon guy, so that doesn't really mean anything to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. Like the more characters, the better. I think.
I think they're having the same amount of characters as Brawl, or around there.
Okay.
But they're removing a lot and changing some.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're removing Snake. It's kind of what the rumors have been.
I thought they were trying to include him.
Oh, really?
I don't remember.
Nathan was saying that.
Good.
Because
I know you play him.
Because what?
I know you play him, so
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
glad they're getting rid of him.
No worry, I'll find someone else who can spam mines constantly.
Man, you're so lucky I'm bad at the game. So do you know all the characters that are going to be in it?
I couldn't name all of them, but I generally know what they all are. I've seen the list of them.
Is there a specific one you're excited for? I gave you the list there in the link. If you scroll down.
You made a list?
No, it's in that link I just posted.
Oh.
So some of the bigger ones that came in that are new is Wii Fit Trainer. Awesome. Mega Man, the kid version. Villager from and what is it
Animal
called?
Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I was gonna say Animal Farm and then like Farm Crossing
Animal
or something
Farm.
like that. What else is there? Rosalina and Luma. That's like Peach's sister or something in Galaxy. I don't know if it's the sister, but she's in Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then one of the stars. Zelda is gonna be her own character.
Cool.
Little Mac from those from the boxing, Mike Tyson's boxing or whatever. Zero Suit Samus is also her own selectable character. Same with Sheik. And Greninja, a ninja Pokemon from this current generation.
Nice.
Seems like that's the only thing they have so far.
Yeah.
I mean, then they have a lot of old ones as well.
Yeah, they have a lot of the classics. Honestly, not that excited about any of them.
Wow,
I don't
I'm
know.
not either.
But like the Wii Fit Trainer's just so weird. I know I'm gonna play as that just because it's obnoxious. So I play with my brothers, and then the whole point is just to, actually, well, I don't know. Mega Man just seems like it'll be too much like Samus,
Maybe.
but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to try all of it. Like, my brothers and I always get the new Smash Bros. Game. Like, since the N64, we always have it day one. We always play it a bunch. I'm definitely not the one who's into it the most, but like, it's a lot of fun, especially when it's new and you're unlocking the characters and
Yeah, that's really fun.
like that's always the best time is when it's fresh. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how competitive it is, as far as like, is it going to be brawl or is it going to be melee? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as like how the community is going to accept it is, they've already said they're taking out tripping, which is, oh my gosh, tripping is the dumbest thing in the world.
But there's so much that made Melee special that, like, I was watching, it was on TeamLiquid.net. They're a competitive site for StarCraft, and they've been expanding. They recently picked up some Smash Brother players, Melee players.
Oh, yeah?
And so now they had some things. They had a video that showed, like, it's just this one play that I recognize what it is, and, like, kind of my limited knowledge. I can see it. I've seen that play before. And it was very simple, just kind of like him jumping around a little bit, kicking him, following him around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed the button presses that he did to do that combo. And it was just even some things like where they just wanted to like jump and then like cancel. Like there's so many canceling and like it was just like nuts how complicated that game was.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I find it hard to believe that Smash Brothers, unless they purposely tried to build it to be similar, to be that it'll be better than Melee, especially since Project M. I don't know if Project M is getting it seems to not replace Melee, but kind of be a side tournament with it, like a second tier game behind it. But and so if Project M to me is going to be that, I don't find the newest version going to be able to even supplant Project M. I'm sure all Smash Brothers players will play it because they're Smash Brothers fans still, even if they didn't like Brawl or whatever. Because Brawl is actually still played as well. I'm sure it'll be played, but I don't know if it'll ever replace Melee.
Yeah,
I think Melee hit something special that I don't even know if you could design that on purpose.
right.
That was one thing that StarCraft Brood War had, where it's just like, a lot of pro players are kind of going like, they didn't design this on purpose. We feel like,
right.
Like they just made a game that happened to become this super deep game that actually was super balanced for some odd reason.
Exactly.
But what was I going to ask? Is there any specific character you want to see that you care about?
No, I think they have all the core characters there.
I want to see Chrom or one of the new Fire Emblem characters.
Oh yeah.
I've always been like in Smash Brothers. I've kind of always been Fire Emblem guy.
Okay.
And Jigglypuff, those guys and they haven't announced Jigglypuff yet. I just realized. I'm really sad that they haven't.
No.
He's been in every single one, or she's been in every single
I
one.
hope it's not there then. Since you wish
fine,
that
they
on
screwed
me.
it with Brawl anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Even though I
for
didn't
me,
like her Melee.
I mean, I personally don't care if it's good in competitive gaming. Like that's just not something I'm into.
Yeah, of course.
But I definitely think that they are aware of it enough that they will at least not do really stupid things like tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll at least like be closer. I think it'll definitely be a step above Brawl in that aspect. But I don't think, I mean, it's weird. Yeah, exactly like you're saying. Like Melee was not meant to be a competitive game. It's supposed to be a crazy turn all the items on, stupid mayhem where you smash each other off the screen. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not meant to be a competitive game. So I don't think it's going to reach that same level, but it'll definitely be closer.
I hope they just speed it up too. Brawl is just so slow in comparison to Melee.
Oh yeah,
That's probably one of my biggest complaints.
yeah. I wouldn't mind that either.
So, but they not only is there one for the Wii U, there's also one for the 3DS.
Yeah, and they're staggering the releases so that you have to buy both.
Well, I don't have to buy
Well,
both.
you don't have to, but I mean, like, if you, like with me, I'm probably going to end up getting it for the 3DS because it's going to be out so much sooner. That it's just like, well, now I need to get it. You know, that kind of thing. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
if they came out at the same time, I wouldn't bother with the 3DS version. So it's kind of smart in a way.
Yeah,
'cause
and
I
there's
think they
different
know
things
that.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of want to get it because then it'll be a totally different experience. That'll mostly be for single player and for playing online a little bit, I guess, on the 3DS.
So this news actually really excited me, even if it's not going to be as good as the Wii U version. I don't want to buy the Wii U. So having a 3DS version, if it has a story mode where you unlock characters, that's probably all I'll ever need. Even if it doesn't play as well or look as good on the 3DS, that's maybe all I'll need.
Well, you should at least drive down once and they can try it in the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll play it sooner or later somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't want to buy a Wii
There's
U.
people selling them pretty cheap on Amazon.
I've regretted buying the Wii.
Well, yeah.
I've had fun with it. I got Brawl when it first came out, I'm pretty sure. It was fun, but I don't even know where my Wii is right now.
Nice. You know what's weird? Outside of Brawl, like if you put Brawl to the side, I think we've played the Wii U more than the Wii. Because there's actually Wii U games besides Smash Bros. We've like the games it comes with, what's it called? The built-in like Mario Chase and crap. Like that stuff and some of the other weird random games we found, we've actually played a lot more than the Wii. I feel like Brawl doesn't even really count. Because like we'll play a lot of the new Smash Brothers on the Wii U as well, so that's like almost doesn't count. So we've definitely played other than Smash Brothers games more on the Wii U, which is weird.
You know what the Wii games I've bought and played?
What?
Wait, no. Was it even Wii games? Might have been GameCube games. No, the Wii games. Okay, one of the games I played was Dragon Ball Z.
Wow,
It was one of like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Actually, that was a really fun game. I played a hell of a lot of it. It was even surprisingly fun with like the powers. Like it didn't do anything where you did like you could kind of technically do like a Kamehameha like hand motion, but like it was just kind of like the whole idea of it was you just held buttons and then you kind of flicked it off screen and then on screen, kind of like the reloading on arcade games. So it's actually a very quick way of having another button. The only problem was you had to keep it pointed at the screen, but
wow.
That game actually was surprisingly fun. I bought like the Metal Slug Anthology.
Really?
Again, a random game.
Yeah.
And Brawl.
Nice.
I kind of want to look at my other Wii games, but
Just
that's
two,
about
yeah.
it.
We bought a lot more than that, but we didn't play them very long. Like I got Twilight Princess at launch, and like every Zelda game I play, I like it a bunch until I get to a water temple and then I turn it off. Because they just get super annoying.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all. I mean, I guess we kind of talked about what we want from it, what we thought about it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay, should we move on to the next game?
Sure.
So Borderlands, the Gearbox people have announced, while they're not going to be working on Borderlands 3, they are working on Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which is right down their humor. Not the prequel, the pre-sequel.
Yeah.
It's the game before Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's better than Borderlands 1.5 or something, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't. It's probably gonna be called something different, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like I said, it's gonna be a prequel for Borderlands 2. I guess it's gonna be like the story about Handsome Jack and how he became to be what he is in Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
So, a couple of the characters you get to play is Claptrap.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the other three weren't too specific. They were in, I think, Borderlands 2. At least one of them was in DLC, which we didn't play. And then there's one that I don't think, and then the other two haven't really been talked about or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's no Siren this time, which
no
is
what?
interesting. Siren.
Oh no.
Like
Siren.
there's been a Siren in 1 and 2. I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I should have. We should look up the thing because our link is dead. But what do you think about it? Especially Claptrap.
Wait, what did you say?
Especially Claptrap being a playable character. You're gonna play him, right?
No. It feels like filler content while we wait for better things.
Oh, it's also on the moon.
Yeah, it is on the weird mood thing. I don't know. I'm not interested, I guess.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to end up playing it just because it's a co-op game. So we play all co-op games basically when they come out.
Yeah.
'Cause they're so rare. Or at least I guess competent or decent or great co-op games. I don't know. I guess I never like prequels in general. They tend to be stupid and filling in the blanks and being kind of weird. But I don't know. It just I guess I wanted, new engine, it's coming out for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. You know what I mean? It feels like a weird stopgap while they work on the real game.
I mean, Borderlands is that series where they feel, at least they feel they have to upgrade their game so much, I feel like, that they had more they wanted to work on and stuff like that. And maybe this may be a test for a few things that they maybe want to try for Borderlands 3, which could be a good thing. You know what I mean?
My headphones my computer wigged out. I didn't hear you for about 10 seconds.
I was just saying that maybe this is going to be kind of a few tests that they wanted to try out for Borderlands 3. Because the Borderlands series as a whole is kind of like, the next game has to be just bigger and better, right? Like, it just seems to have, like, it's kind of has that... it kind of wants to have that within its series. Like, it doesn't want to just be the next game that has a story, because it's not about the story generally. It's about the world and just, more and more outrageous jokes, more outrageous scenes, more outrageous quests, and that's going to take time,
Yeah, and it is Anthony Birch writing it still, so it has that going for it. At least it'll be consistent writing-wise. But, I mean, it's a different developer.
Is it?
Yeah. Who is it? It's they're like working closely with them apparently, but it's 2K Australia.
Oh.
So I mean, it is sort of the side. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's not going to be their main thing. You know what I mean? It's not going to be. And the other thing, I guess, to me is that Borderlands 2 had so much DLC, much DLC that if I wanted more Borderlands 2, I could just go back and buy all of it. I mean,
to be fair, this has brand new characters.
Yeah. I mean, that is true, and a new story. But it just feels like BioShock 2. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it's like, well, yeah, this one's fine, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Because it's sort of a side developer. This is the in between stuff while they work on the real game. But I mean, I'm still semi interested.
I feel like it's different than BioShock because, like, to me, at this game, this game at its core is a loot game, and for a loot game, all you really need is new characters, new weapons, and a new world, right?
Yeah, I guess I guess I'm just sick of the. It's like with the new consoles out, I want like new, fresher looking games. I guess is a big part of it. It's a shallow thing, but I just.
Graphics are the only thing important.
Well, yeah, graphics aren't everything, but they are something. I like cool graphics. So now that we have the next gen systems, it'd be kind of cool to get some games that actually look next gen. Like Titanfall is not a next gen looking game, and that's like the biggest. Like, what besides that? What is the new next gen game that's out right now? Infamous. I mean, yeah, but that's a PS4 exclusive. I want like a big next gen cross platform. I guess Battlefield 4 maybe, but that one was just so broken at launch that I kind of got overwhelmed by the negativity of that.
Oh wow, they actually have like the skill trees for each one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so basically the new character, the other character is Wilhelm. Do you remember Wilhelm from the game Borderlands 2?
Yes.
He's one of the bosses you fight early on.
Yeah.
He's one of the characters. And then you have Athena and Nisha, 2 girl characters instead of just one.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. That was actually the one thing that pulled out. I also was weird that, like, I understood when it's the same thing with the Left 4 Dead. It's 3 dudes, one girl. It's like, okay, so get the girl in there, but why don't they just do it 50-50? You know, like 2 girls, 2 guys. You know, just
I almost feel like it's that meta fight of, like, not meta, but how to describe it, like, where it's like, if you put in 2 girls, I feel like a lot of people would go, oh, you're just trying to balance it out. So you have that one guy.
Yeah, but
3
then
guys
all the
and
girls
one
say,
girl.
well, you're just putting a bunch of dudes in it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. For me, it's the old marketing thing of like, well, if you have a female protagonist, the game's not going to do well. It's that sort of mentality. It's like, no, if having strong female characters is good. Like, old people need to get over it. I don't know.
I like having characters.
What?
I play a lot of female characters, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like having the balance.
Well, I mean, okay. Maybe not for Borderlands the pre-sequel, but what do you want to see from Borderlands? Maybe even Borderlands 3.
Better graphics.
Yeah, we established that.
I think what about those games I found annoying. I mean, I liked them overall. Borderlands 2 was good. I'm trying to think what. You know what? This is a weird thing to nitpick, but like selective audio, where like playing these games co-op with noisy people kind of ruins the co-op experience. If it could sort of like, I don't know, adaptively turn down chat audio, like if you use like the built-in game audio, it would like turn everyone down during a cutscene kind of thing. Like some people would hate that. Make it an option, you know. But like I wish I could have heard the game better and experienced the story more because it was funny. So I feel like that's actually the biggest thing to me. It's like I wanted to actually be able to hear and comprehend the story, and also like having NPCs talk over each other, and then combine that with the chat talking over it, and then some random guy running up and some monster yelling in the back. It was so noisy that it was hard to like follow the story sometimes, or all the jokes.
You just need to play with me.
Yeah, I mean that helped, but even then, like you just and I would be just talking about something, and we would just be missing what they were talking about. I mean, granted, Claptrap talking, that's fine to talk over any day. I do not mind talking over Claptrap, but I still think figuring out ways to handle that would be kind of cool.
I mean, to be fair, we played on party chat, so it's not anything they could do.
Right, that's what I was saying. If they actually had tools like that in the game, then maybe that would push us towards using it or something. I don't know.
I mean, I played with someone else when I first played it. I'm pretty sure because I don't think you guys wanted to buy it early on, and we listened to everything. We always didn't talk during cutscenes and stuff like that, so it was fine with me.
No, we had it at the same time. We just we were playing with other people.
Was that it?
Yeah, like we played a little bit on 360, but like we had people like literally at our house playing it and stuff too. But they were super obnoxious, so I stopped playing with them. But even after that, like I don't know, I feel like storytelling in co-op is hard because you have the talking and everything. So I guess just sort of thinking of ways to either like cue in the audience, like, hey, listen up, this is gonna be funny. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I think that if they can handle the combination of co-op and story together, if they can make that mesh better, that would be cool.
Yeah. I don't know what I would want from it. Like, I love loot games. I had played a lot of Diablo 3 as well, because same reason I played Borderlands 2. But I feel like, so I realized that they're actually very similar, the games, in terms of how the loot works, where you just get guns that are stronger. I mean, Borderlands 2 was kind of cool that the guns were slightly different depending on which company brand you had, but in the end, you just kind of found the better gun. But then when you finally get to the legendary guns, the guns that you know are rare drops and stuff like that, that's where the guns kind of get more fun and exciting. And I realized that was the same as Diablo in that I don't want to grind for those guns. Like, it would be nice if because like I think it was kind of cool now thinking about it. Like it was kind of cool that Borderlands 2 had the company names. The only problem with the companies were they're very kind of boring at the end. Like I think we've talked about this a lot, but way back then. But like the different companies, there's one that where every time you reloaded, you threw it like a grenade, and no matter depending on how much ammo you had left, the more damage it did. And that's kind of a cool technique. You wasted ammo a lot on accident, but it was kind of funny. It was kind of cool. It was unique. But then the other gun manufacturers were like, the Maliwan or whatever has like higher, what was it? It has higher elemental damage. One was always single fire. Another one was high fire rate. Mm-hmm. Another one was high clips. And it's just like, that's not different.
Yeah.
But I think they have the right idea there. But yeah, and I would say probably make the skills a little bit more interesting. I would say like if I had to combine Diablo 3 and Borderlands 2, I like the Borderlands 2 idea of how they were dealing with the weapons in terms of how different they are or how they could be different.
Mm-hmm.
But then I like the skill set of Diablo 3 where you had multiple skills. Now having 5, 6, 7 skills is probably not plausible on controllers, or not as plausible.
Yeah.
But having more than just one skill that changed every so often, and not just the skill trees are just literally one skill, and then they modified either your stats or the skill itself, and so you only had one skill, which kind of made it boring. If you could have even just 2 skills, or maybe 2 to 3 skills, like I think that would be a lot cooler as well.
No, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Because, yeah, they really are only just use your ability. Yeah. If they could just... I mean, they could make it where, you could hold down the button and bring up a dial to select a different one, and then you could pound the button again and do an ability. It wouldn't be, like, as... and that's actually how it works in Bioshock, in a way. Like, the plasmids would be kind of like that, where it's like you have a wheel of them.
Yeah.
And you can kind of just pick a different one and then use it. It won't be like Diablo where you mash in 4 of them at a time. But I don't think you'd really do that.
You don't need
effectively.
That. It would be nice if, they're very creative in their humor, in their world, in their story. I would like to see that basically done more to the guns and the abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even the abilities were kind of boring if you think about it.
Yeah.
In Borderlands 2, you had... I mean, the Siren I thought was always one of the coolest ones, which is why I played her the most.
Yeah, I played that on Xbox.
And then the Commando was lay down a turret, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Assassin was like lay a decoy, which I don't even know how good that was. That one had a few different aspects to it, but...
Mm-hmm.
And then the last guy was dual wielding.
Yeah.
Like really dual wielding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically my thought on Borderlands. Like, it's a game I really like. It was one of the first loot games I played a lot of. I never get past grinding more than a few times, and because I get tired of getting nothing.
Yeah.
But games are always fun to start out with, to even like play a little bit past the story. But if they could make the characters more fun in general, like that would be really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good. I think also maybe just make some of the characters better as far as the characters you play as, because they like try to make you care about them.
Well,
but it doesn't work very well.
The main characters never have a personality because they don't know which one you're playing.
What do you mean? Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They just call you a Vault Hunter.
Oh, I see what you're saying as far as the other characters talking to you.
Yeah, because, I mean, unless they want to record... I mean, I guess maybe it's just a cheap way, but they don't want to record 4 different dialogues for, 4 characters that... Yeah, I mean, I guess in the end, most people probably don't care about
also just
anyways.
The way, like, the lines that your character says and things like that. Like, they took all the characters in Borderlands 1 and were like, oh, they have personalities now. Like, it just felt weird.
Oh, they tried.
I guess that's what is weird to me.
Anyways, I think that's it. I have nothing else to say about Borderlands.
Yeah. I think I'm more excited to play now that we've talked about it, actually.
You want to keep going? I guess I don't have to type it. I'll just cut this part out.
Start typing. Actually, I could use a break, get some water.
Okay.
But just keep the recording going. It's
Yeah.
easier. I'll be right back.
All right.
I think my mom's watching Harry Potter. Hello?
You back?
See?
You ready?
See?
You have games that you want to talk about on what you've been playing?
What are video games?
Are you like? You want me to go? Like,
I don't think I've played.
play Terra.
I played Terra. Oh, I played Hearthstone.
It's 1 hour.
Oh, really?
Okay. Do you want me to head to you first or do me first?
Yeah, you first. Why not?
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
So next up is what have you been playing? For me, I have actually been playing a lot of video games.
What?
I'm actually very surprised on this. Me and Corey are terrible playing video games, but I did play this time around. So I've been playing games even past our recorded game night
What?
kind of thing. But
How
first
could
game
you?
I played, huh?
How could you?
First game I played was Dust and Elysian Tale. I'm going to try to go quickly because I actually made a video about this. It's on youtube.com/ChainedSniper. Cough. But so Dust and Elysian Tale is a game that was made, I believe, like 2 years ago by basically one guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a 2D hack and slash platformer kind of RPG adventure game. A lot of words there. But overall, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't really want to go too long. But it's a fun game. I felt like the combat is pretty fun because it's kind of built in a way to where you can kind of play your own way, and that was really fun for me. I really enjoy having my own style within games,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt Dust does a pretty good job of it. The story wise, it's nothing special. I think overall the writing, the voice acting was pretty good for a game that the credits, if you just named all the people that worked on it, would probably be like less than 10 seconds
Yeah.
in a normal like credit thing. So I'm very impressed with it. Very good game. I got it for sale, and I definitely would recommend it if it's on sale. Yeah, I mean, did you know about Dust?
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah. I've seen stuff about it. I always wanted to play it, but I have like 300 games I haven't played. I'm not really exaggerating either. I literally probably have 300 games I haven't played.
That's why I'm trying to work through. That's why I'm actually trying to play games.
That's why I'm not buying games anymore.
The only problem I had with it was it has the terrible side quest system of it's just poorly made to me. Like I wanted to complete them all. Like this is coming from me who played Ni no Kuni and did all the stupid fetch quest over and over, and like and it was literally just go out, collect it from a person, come back to him.
Why?
And I did that, but because I wanted to see the whole thing. I wanted to make sure I completed the whole game. I really enjoyed the world and the music and stuff, so I just kept playing. And Dust, I wanted to do that too, but it's the side quest. It was worse. Like it was like collect these things, but I don't know where they are.
Oh.
And it's just like, and you got not necessarily good rewards out of it. So I just, it was so bad. Like it does a couple of things really good. It does a couple of things interestingly, but the side quests were just like, you might like if you took those quests out of an MMO and put them into an RPG. That's basically what they are. So it makes them even worse because like at least in an MMO, there's a good chance you're playing with like one person maybe, at least hopefully maybe I don't know, but you're playing by yourself now, so it's like weird. Collect these 5 things by yourself. So it wasn't that fun to do. So I just stopped after like the first town. Next one I played was Banished, another game made by one person. Long story short, it is a survival SimCity game. And it's pretty good, but I feel like if you want to play like I do, where I don't like playing with disasters because I don't like relying on the AI to put the disasters out. So I just turn off disasters, and I kind of, like you don't beat the game, but it doesn't expand as much as like a SimCity game would, right? In SimCity, you start with, like even SimCity kind of builds you into it. It's like, okay, build some homes, now build the water, now build the electricity, right? And you have to do those things before you move on. This game is just like, here's your people, go build, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, I built everything. Now I just have to survive, and it's not that hard to survive.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, he's still adding things on. And to be fair, I'm not playing with disasters, like I said. And I did have some struggles. Like, I did have some struggles here or there. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting enough people for the things I need. And I don't see this game having... I don't know if you could put as many hours into this game as a good Tycoon or SimCity kind of game.
Right.
But yeah, definitely a game I feel like you would probably like, Corey.
I would or wouldn't?
Would.
Yeah, I think it is. I was just kind of waiting till... It's still in early access, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, really? Okay. I think I just had that in my mind. And basically, if something's early access, I don't buy it now because I've just been burned so many times by that.
Yeah.
With games like Earthbound? No, not Earthbound.
Earthbound?
Starbound. The opposite. Starbound and that like Halo looking weird Starforge. Yeah. Like those two games are not very good.
I believe it's out now, but they're going to continue adding on to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will pick it up sometime. Yeah, I was definitely interested in it, but yeah, I thought it was early access, so I snubbed my nose at it and said no.
Next up is actually 2 games you started playing or have played at least. It's Remember Me. We talked a little bit about before. I haven't finished it yet. I'm continuing on, just kind of an update. It's still okay. The combat's still kind of fun though. Same as Dust, where it's just like, it's really fun to kind of fight in it. But story-wise, I don't necessarily care about any character. It's very linear.
Shopkeeper who helped you at the beginning.
Shopkeeper.
The big...
he's pretty cool,
yeah,
actually.
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
I don't care about him.
Heartless.
So there's that. Hopefully I'll finish it pretty soon. I don't know how long the game is. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty linear game though. They try hiding it, but it's very, very linear. Like it's Final Fantasy 13 linear, but they hide it better.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least is Terra. That's a free to play online MMO. Again, the combat is so much better in this compared to other MMOs, and why I actually like it. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing it with Josiah, Corey's brother, and hopefully us three, me, you, and Josiah, are gonna play a little bit more.
Yeah,
it'll be
I think
fun.
so.
Because the problem is with me and Josiah, me and him had been playing a lot more than Corey. But I decided to pick a character that could technically tank, but it's a very hard. Like, it's not just about taking damage. You have to like use certain skills that mitigates damage and avoids damage and stuff like that. That I'm not very good at the game, so I just die. And then we have no healer because he picked Archer, so I'm just dying and he's killing everything, and it's not that fun. So for our playthrough, I was gonna pick. I decided to change my character because I wanted to play the warrior more, and I was gonna play with Josiah more. So I wanted to play with that there. But now it's like the warrior is supposed to also have an offensive side if you want to play that way, and Josiah is playing a tank with us three, and you're a healer.
Yeah.
So I need to play DPS, and then I don't know if I'm gonna play the mage or if I'm gonna maybe just play the character again. The warrior with us three. I have to decide between those two. But yeah, those are the games I've been playing, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I've put in good amount of hours for each one.
Terra, sounds like.
Yeah, we've played too much. I don't really want to play until we all play again.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's it. What about you, Corey?
Well, I played Terra as well.
Really?
For a little bit.
Did I not mention this?
I ran around and stood and then got XP.
You had a problem with the game, though.
Oh, well, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I had some glitch where, like...
Well, it wasn't a glitch. It was just, they didn't explain it.
Yeah.
You needed a certain level for the next quest.
Yeah, I needed to be at a certain level before it gave me this quest, but it didn't tell me that I saw anywhere, so it was just kind of like, well, what's going on? I had no quests in my log, and I accepted like everything in the area. So then I just got to level 8 or something, and there was, oh, you have a new quest. I'm like, okay. They should have at least just had a little thing there that your quest should have been get to level 8 or something. Just something to push you along. But anyways, once I got past that, it was fine. But I mean, at that point, it was not that fun just because they were with me, and they would just like look at things and they would fall over. So hopefully next time we'll be closer in level. So
yeah, you were trying to catch up to us.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully I'm part of the game next time. That's the only bummer. It's not fun to just stand around and watch things get killed by other people.
Well, you did pick a priest healer, so.
Well, I looked at what you guys were playing as, and I thought it'd be fun to do a healer and actually useful.
Yeah, we need.
If I'm actually at your level, then it's actually useful. So yeah, that'll be fun once we play again next week or later this week. The other game I played is Hearthstone. Surprise, surprise. I never play that game. I played a decent amount. Yeah, the game's fun.
Nerd.
I mean, for me, it's like I like the idea of Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, but it's so much harder to do like physical decks of games. It's a lot easier you can type in the card and just add it to your deck, and you can use the same card in multiple decks. It's a lot easier. So for me, it's more convenience and time. It's like I don't have the time to invest in Magic, but I like the concept. So this is close enough that I get what I need out of that type of game. You know what I mean?
You're not a true trading card person.
There are people like that. It's like, oh my goodness, Hearthstone is for casuals. I'm like, fine, I have a job. I don't have time to be hardcore like you are with Magic. I just don't have time.
Hey. Let's not act like people that love Magic don't have jobs.
Well,
you don't want to get into it like they do.
Well, I mean, I kind of do, but it's just, it's so much time. It's so much time to like. I actually we're trying to have just one of Josiah's friends over to like help us build some decks, but it's huge because like the problem with Magic is there are thousands and thousands of cards, so it's sort of overwhelming and very expensive to keep up with too. You have to just buy tons of cards, so it's just, I don't know.
I feel like that's the major problem. Is it's expensive.
Well, it's expensive and random. You know what you get.
Well, yeah,
and
that's
also,
why it's expensive.
Like, the other weird thing is like, you can build decks for different. The thing I like about Hearthstone is you just have to have a deck that's good against everything. Because when you hit play, you could be fighting anyone. Whereas Magic, you can know, okay, I'm playing a white deck, I'm gonna use my red. Or, you know what I mean? So it's a totally different dynamic. I mean, I guess they each have their own positives to it, but I kind of like the idea that my deck has to be good against everything, and not just I can't like cherry pick like, oh, this deck is really good against this.
Can I just say that something being more casual is not an insult?
I know that, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, casual is nice for someone who doesn't want to or doesn't have the time to invest in something more sophisticated or that involves a lot more time. You know, for me, it's I get what I want out of it. Like, it's, you know, Hearthstone still has enough of the strategy there that I get what I need out of it.
Yeah, like it kind of comes back to like linear games. Like, people don't like how linear games are now, and I'm like, I love them because instead of having to, like, you know, like, have you seen the picture of like, oh, this is what a game looked like in 1998, and it has like, oh, look at this complicated mansion design. Now here's the line that connects each spot. And I go, well, in one game, you're maybe stuck in that place for 3 hours looking at every single corner because you're lost.
Yeah.
In this one, you have a story that's actually connecting to each other in a timely fashion. And, like, I mean, I don't want games to be completely linear, and there's definitely games that, you know, that work better not being linear, kind of like a Skyrim, right? Those games are great being wide open. Wow, my voice. But, like, to call it casual, to call it bad is such... Oh, my God. I want people to play games because I love games. I don't care if you're playing easier games, harder games. I like games, and I am happy that they're making it more accessible for people that maybe wouldn't get into video games beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
I just had to say that. I was just like, you know, it's just like, who cares if it's casual? Hearthstone is still fun to a lot of people. I don't care if it's more casual than Magic or even Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. Just, well, the games have different feelings and like different things. Who cares?
Exactly.
But yeah, sorry.
There's games for all of us to play.
I just had to say it. Anyways, that's it. That's all you've been playing?
That's pretty much it this week.
Such a casual gamer.
I know. I'm such a filthy casual.
Should we move on to our discussion? I don't know if we'll have too much to say about this, but
sure.
This is kind of your thing, so go ahead and take it from here.
So I just thought it was interesting that there's sort of a new genre. I don't know if it's its own genre, but it's a type of game, like a subcategory, I guess, because they're all in totally different genres, really. Like, one is a Zelda-like game, one is a goat simulator, like one is, you know, they're all very different, but they have,
one is a goat simulator.
Yeah, I don't know. Came out weird, but perfect. The concept is there are games built around the idea of glitches and hacks in games. Like hack and slash, you literally hack the game code. You change variables inside the game while playing the game to get around bosses. Like, oh, you turn, you know, this boss is invincible, so you go up and you change its property to not invincible anymore, and you can kill him, or just wacky stuff like that. Goat Simulator is just, I mean, go on YouTube, just look up Goat Simulator. I don't even know. It's whenever you had something really janky happen in a GTA game, that's what Goat Simulator is, basically. And even like games like Antichamber play off of weird visual ideas and like very glitchy looking. One of the new games from PAX was even more so, like very based on glitches and weird artifacting, and just, it's interesting. A lot of games are focusing on this, and it is all sprouts from the fascination with finding glitches in games. Like, I feel like a lot of YouTubers spend a lot of time in like games like Halo. Like my brother Josiah constantly would send me glitch videos for Halo. People loved finding glitches. You're like, oh, go open this corner of the map and you can climb up into the sky, and just random stuff. And so I feel like
so fun. I've spent so many hours doing that in Halo 2.
Oh, really?
So much.
Nice.
Doing super jumps, climbing out of the map, butterfly canceling. Oh man, those are so fun. I miss those.
Yeah, and I feel like that fascination and that fun of finding that stuff is what sort of made these games fascinating to people and fun. Is sort of like, let's take those broken things and then make that into a game in and of itself.
You know what that game that's kind of like another example is the Double Fine Connect game.
Oh,
Or is it Double Fine? You remember the game that on Connect by
the party
what's his
one?
name? Yeah. That was kind of like where it's just like, because I even remember them saying where like they're playing with the Kinect, and they're like, okay, well, what happens when this happens? Like, you remember the old Kinect where it's like sometimes your arm will start going like backwards or whatever, and like they made a game out of that, and then they made a game out of a lot of small things. You know what game I'm talking about?
Yeah. I have it. Connect, party something.
Don't you agree that's kind of in the same?
Yeah, definitely.
fashion?
Yeah, they like found weird glitches in the system and just exploited that to make it into something crazy and fun.
Yeah. I mean, games are so polished now that like glitches are. If you find a glitch, it's more just not fun.
I don't know. Did you see the glitch from? Oh darn it! What's that? It's the new Telltale game. Fable.
Wolf Among Us.
Fable. Yeah, Wolf Among Us. It's the main character shirtless, with his arm reaching around the air, humping the air. When he's talking to he's like standing next to two other people, he's just sitting there like it's like okay. I think they're playing the wrong animation file for that scene.
Have you seen what was the latest glitch you've seen in a video game?
That one.
That one, like that you've played personally?
Like when I've been playing a game, seeing a glitch.
Yeah, that's like kind of big, not like a quest not working.
Yeah, it doesn't count, or isn't as entertaining. I can't think of what did I play recently?
I have one though. If you, I'll give you time to
go
think.
ahead.
So I don't think it's. Oh wow! I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Perfect.
Basically, it was in Sleeping Dogs. I was just running around. I was even recording at this time. I was trying to record a Sleeping Dogs Let's Play, and I was I think I was running from the police or something like that, and I ended up like just jumping on this wall, and like I just fell through the place. A very common glitch that you see a lot in games, but it was pretty funny to see. It was a game that's it's open world, but it's still pretty pretty polished, and it was just kind of a funny thing finding in a game that like because you don't find those kind of glitches anymore. Like, I mean, if you watch there's a channel by Rooster Teeth specifically kind of made for glitches called Game Fails, but those glitches, even them, they're not that big anymore. They're just things where it's like sometimes the arm is doing something crazy or something, but that was a kind of a funny glitch I'd never seen before, so it was kind of fun to discover on my own. And it kind of sucked though, because I think I had to revert back a save or something like that because I was stuck.
Oh, brother.
And I couldn't even kill myself. So I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of the downside of glitches.
Yeah. I remember one in Goat Simulator. Does that count? It actually was a glitch inside of Goat Simulator. I got stuck in the ground with just the goat's head sticking out of the ground. And then
Is that in that building?
no, this was like in the street.
Oh,
The street, my body was stuck, my head was sticking out, but then a truck ran me over, and then I flew out of the ground.
Yeah, I mean, like Halo 2, so many things came out. Like, it's weird because nowadays you have things like Forge World and these build things that kind of like came like specifically talking about the Halo series and games that are similar or took from it. Halo 2, it had games like they created zombies basically in Halo 2, and now that became a thing in Halo, and I think this is even before Gears of War then, because Halo 2 was Xbox and Gears of War was 360. Like, they made a zombie type game, and in this zombie type game, if you died, like basically it was you had to have a team of red team. You make the map that only has like pistols or something like that. You have a red team, and then you had one green person who had a sword. Okay, but everyone had to have pistols and swords, and so you had to have everyone agree that the red team had to take out their pistol only, and then the green team had to only use the sword. So that's one thing where you have to agree on. You have to have a bunch of random internet people agree on.
Yeah.
And then once you died by the sword, once you got killed by a zombie, you had to change your team.
Wow.
And I remember there's a lot of people that was like, no, I didn't die. And, you wouldn't notice it sometimes because there's a lot of people going on. There's a lot of crazy things going on. And it's just like this guy just died. And it's like, wait, why isn't he on the green team yet? It's because he didn't switch and he cheated, basically. And then there's also, I mean, I remember a lot of this where it's like you also join parties where they did super jumps and they just explored the map and they helped each other and stuff like that. And that's a thing that you just don't see in video games anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Both glitching and like the internet being friendly.
First, I thought you were saying that Halo invented zombies.
No.
Like,
but I mean,
what?
it was a game type.
I know. It took me. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yep, Halo invented zombies. Yeah, that is totally weird. You're right. You don't really see that happening in games now. Huh.
Yeah, that's. Did you ever play Halo 2 online?
Oh yeah.
You did all the glitches and stuff.
No, I just played it.
I love that game.
Yeah, I liked that game a lot when it came out.
The funny thing is, though, I wouldn't a lot of Halo 2 fans would, talk about how the game was better just in terms of how it was played. I mostly just miss the glitches. I miss the game types. I miss the just everything that was surrounding it. I don't even necessarily. If they had that with Halo 4, I wouldn't really care. Like, I like the graphics of Halo 4. I think Halo 4 played fine. I just miss doing stupid things like butterfly canceling with the sword, which is basically your sword, you're lunging at someone and you cancel it before you actually attack them.
Oh.
And so, but you push the guy up. He's on top of your head. So you just keep pushing the guy, canceling, then push, cancel, push, cancel, push. And so what happened was there's a map where you had to use a Banshee to climb up of it. And it was very hard to do. Sometimes the Banshee would die. Sometimes it was just hard to do sometimes to get there. And then once you get up there, it was just like pure white outside of the map. And you had to run. And there's this building way off in the distance. And this was before Sprint. You couldn't get other vehicles up there. You couldn't use your Banshee. And so you had to run like, I don't know. It was a good, maybe 2 minutes of running there. And then you had to to get up the building, you had to butterfly cancel. So if you were bad at it, you would kill the person that was above you and they would have to repeat it. And so you would just spend hours trying to do it. And it was just an empty building. Like there's nothing special there. There's nothing hidden. It was just fun to get up there.
Yeah.
And I miss that.
Yeah, I totally get that. But developers aren't going to purposefully make their games broken.
It would be nice if they kept in a couple of things though.
Yeah.
Like the butterfly canceling, I thought was something that doesn't harm anyone, but it was kind of fun to play around with. I guess another thing is they don't want people breaking their games anymore.
Yeah.
Because then you have to come out with a patch, and I mean, you don't have to, but I'm sure there would be a lot of pressure to patch it and stuff like that. Because there were people that also broke games when, they went outside the map where they can shoot you, but you can't shoot them.
Yeah,
so there was those problems, but it was very rare. Anyways, I guess that's it. My nostalgia down Halo 2 lane.
Nice. Should have known.
Anything else you want to talk about the glitch genre?
No, I just thought it was interesting because there's more games at PAX that in that same kind of glitchy genre that I just thought it was interesting to point out that that's sort of a new developing market.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're trying to. It's kind of like a psychedelic genre, that you'd see in movies, I would say, but based off video games.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyways, I think we're done. We're going to the finishing thoughts.
All right.
Do you want to go first?
No, you should go first.
Really? You didn't write any? You don't have anything planned?
Nope.
Wow.
You had something written
down. Okay, so mine's kind of a short one. There's a guy on the internet called Day9. Do you know who Day9 is?
Sounds familiar.
Sean Plott. He's a StarCraft personality, basically. He started off in Brood War. He was a pro player back in 04, I think. And he was pretty good. I don't think he was ever the best, but what happened to him is he became kind of one of the faces of StarCraft esports. And one of the things he did to kind of help StarCraft was he started a show called his Day9 Daily. And his Day9 Daily, it started out with basically trying to teach people Brood War to kind of keep the game alive a little bit. But then as he moved on to StarCraft 2, teaching the basics of it, teaching, then going through big games and analyzing them and telling them why this worked, why it didn't work, why this person had to do this to come back and stuff like that. He was very in depth. He was a great presenter. He was very funny. He was very, he's very charismatic, and so it really worked for him. And I think he does things. I think on Monday he basically has his fans like do a funny kind of game style, like he'll say like, oh, only build Marines or something like that and win the game. And then Tuesday, I think he does another random, just another game of StarCraft 2. Then I think on Wednesday he actually does Hearthstone stuff.
Nice.
So you may want if you want to, you can check that guy him out.
Check it out.
And then Thursday and Friday, I don't know. Friday he just plays a game now, and then Thursday I think he does another game. But yeah, so he's very charismatic. He's really fun. He tells a lot of stories and stuff like that. And he recently hit number 700, and so that's a lot of years and a lot of days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll ever get to a 7th of that, or even a 14th of that. So that's just amazing to me. He's doing other things now. I don't know where he's gonna put it up. He'll probably put it up on YouTube, and I just want to give him a shout out because I love watching. I watch fighting game community now. I watch League of Legends even more so. I dropped the pen.
Good job.
And it's something that I feel like League of Legends is missing quite badly. As someone that just is teaching, these people that are new or that are still learning at a very in-depth and it was open. It's free. It's for the people, right? And it's something that League of Legends is really missing. That I would love if Day9 became League of Legends guy and start teaching people about the game. That the Riot is doing a lot of things right in like how they present everything, but they're missing someone like Day9. Like he plays, like if you look up some of his videos, there's a lot of funny stuff like that's not even related to StarCraft. They're just hilarious videos. And I recommend it, especially if you want to know more about him. I recommend looking up his Day9 Daily number 100. He kind of goes back into his past and how he came to be what he is and stuff like that. But that's my thing. I just want to shout him out. I think it's really cool that he hit number 700, and I think he does a lot of good stuff, and he definitely deserves everything that comes from him.
Nice.
In a good way.
Check him out.
Not a bad way.
He's on YouTube, right? On the YouTube?
Yeah, he's on YouTube, Twitch. Just look up Day9. I'm sure you'll find everything.
Nice. Cool.
That's it.
Well,
how about you,
my
Corey?
thing is you should check out ChainedSniper on YouTube.
Oh my god.
His videos are off the chain. They're pretty
No,
sweet.
they aren't.
And then
Is that really your finishing thought?
I couldn't think of anything. Go plant a garden, everyone. It's spring. Go plant some flowers and vegetables, man. It's spring, right? Or play some Plants vs. Zombies, or what's that? You like plant animals?
Plant animals?
Yeah, it's like one of the last decent games by Rare. It's like a garden, but they're really like animals. There's like bird plants that you sow seeds and they turn it into animals.
Viva Pinata?
Viva Pinata, there we go. Except they're
oh my god, I
pinata
can't believe I
plants.
got that.
They're pinata plants that are also animals. Like what? So yeah, go play that if you don't want to actually go outside and plant things.
If you can't plant things outside, plant pinatas in a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Or plant plants to fend off the zombie horde.
Do you want to make like a summary line to kind of wrap everything that you just shared with us, all this information, all this knowledge that we should put into one little sentence that we all can ingest easily?
Sure. Go outside and plant things, but if you don't want to go outside, then plant them in Viva Pinata instead.
Okay, and that was episode 4 of Neutral Jing podcast. Thank you, Corey, for coming out because, we came out somewhere. What?
What? I came up somewhere.
Because, whatever. We're recording from our own home. It was supposed to be a joke.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a funny
they
guy.
Don't know that.
I'm a funny guy.
Oh, man.
We hate each other in real life, so we don't.
Yeah,
we try
as
not
soon
to
as
see each
as soon
other.
as the microphone's off, or as soon as we stop recording, we
He
just start
yells at me.
screaming at each other.
It's kind of mean.
Yeah, I call him
Someone
names like Bozo the Clown. Other mean names.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.